Good day, guys, and welcome to another live stream. So, my name is Bere Abanonu. So, in today's session, what I'm looking at is I was actually contemplating probably that the standalone, when deploying Pulsar as a standalone, maybe there are probably some issues. So, in order for me to actually verify or confirm my what I feel like or what I feel about it, so I'm going to in this session I'm going to deploy Apache Pulsar on a kind that is Kubernetes with Docker cluster. This is not something I've done before, so I'm doing it live. Also, it's going to be a learning opportunity for me as well. So let's take a dive in. And one more thing, please, if you watched me yesterday, I said I add a little bit of code. Well, today my health is a bit better, but the code is still there. So in case of any um, coughing or sneezing, so I have a code due to stress, not code due to COVID. I think I need to say that so that I don't scare away some people. So let's move on. So now to verify if actually there's an issue with the standalone Docker when it comes to transaction. So I'm going to run Pulsar in a KinD cluster. So this is not a scripted streaming. I've not written anything down. I'm just going to Google and see how it's going to be done. And hopefully if you're able to achieve something before the end of the day, why not? If not, we'll continue tomorrow. So hold on a minute. I need to and one more thing, please bear with me. My network is unstable. Please bear with me. The network is unstable. It's a good internet connection, but right now the network is unstable. Maybe due to the weather, it's a bit cold, the cloud is thick, it's rainy and all that. So please bear with me. Bear with me, please. So to actually deploy Kubernetes Apache Pulsar in a local cluster, that is Kubernetes cluster, I'm actually going to be making use of mchat from let me go to GitHub. So I'll look for Stream Native. They're one of the people behind the Apache Pulsar open source development. They actually have their own platform. So I'm going to be making use of their own mchat. So right now I've installed M on my system. I've also installed KinD on my system, but I've not created a cluster yet. Also, the things that we need to do, we also need to do a local registry, a local email registry. So that we can save on bandwidth so that our mchat will pull the image from the local registry. So I actually have right now I already pulled the image. I've pulled the image for Pulsar all, which is about 2 gig or so, to my system. So after I've created the local registry, I will need to tag the Pulsar image so that I can push it. So these are the steps we are going to do. So I've gone ahead to install and I've gone ahead to install key. But every other thing that we may need, I've not done that. I'm going to be doing that live on this stream. So first of all, I think the first thing we need to do is I'm coming. I'm now to check where. Okay, so for us to create a key, registry cluster with registry, we need to run this script. That's the first thing we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. First of all, I think I need to create a cluster, multiple nodes of cluster. But let me see. I'm going to do that. Creating a cluster. So let me see. I need to create multi-node. Okay, multi-node cluster. Okay, so please bear with me. My network is a bit sluggish. So I'm coming out to say I'm going to create that with I'll close this. Local registry. Okay, create cluster container. So now I'm thinking of because now there's actually a problem here for me. Okay, let me look at the steps that we need to. Go registry container unless it's already exists. Okay. Go to cluster with local registry and enable the container. Registry mirrors. Packaging. Container package. Okay, so I'm trying to look up something. So first of all, let's do this way. We need to create the registry. Ubuntu. Whoa, that crashed our. Let me run that again. It's not supposed to crash the Ubuntu. That is interesting. So what I will do is this. I'll go line by line. So the next one is this. Okay, let's. What I'm going to do is I'm going to echo this. I want to know what echo running. Uh, oh, so we're having a bit of an issue. The command could not be found in this. We recommend to activate the desktop. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So I'm having a bit of an issue. Okay, first of all, I think I saw something. Okay, let me read this.
Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on.
Okay.
I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
So what I'm to do is, I think my confusion right now is that I'm trying to set up a multi-node cluster. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it this way.
Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I turn to. And I'll take some time.
Okay, let me see. Therefore,
I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
can roll control plane. Okay, so I think what we need is I want multiple nodes of it. So what I'll do is copy. It's obvious that okay, this one is under. Okay, so okay, so what I'm going to do is I think let me see. Let's do this way. Now I want to copy something. Run. So I want to know if it's possible to run a bash shell for Windows. Okay, okay. So what we do is this is what we're gonna do. So let's go back to this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. So right now I need I need this. I need this. Good cluster container. Okay, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run this script the way it is. If I'm not satisfied with what I'm getting, then I will I will delete the cluster. So let's go back. So I'm going to save this as mhm. Let me see. Not batch. Let's go to shell. Okay, let me not do it yet. So let me go to, I think Notepad is a good, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the directory to this. At times this does not work. We need to do it this way. Okay. What I'm going to do is so okay, sorry. I have to change the naming. Okay, so now we've installed our cluster. I created a cluster with. What I need to do now, right now, is what I'm going to do. What I need to do right now is, let me follow the instruction here. So I have put the Pulsar image already according to this line. Then tag the image to use local registry. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to copy this, then fix it. Okay, so I'm going to go to Docker Hub. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. So I'm going to search for Pulsar all. So let's see the instruction. Docker touch is blah blah. Okay. So let's go to our Docker to see images. Cancel. Okay. All I need to do is okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see. Oh, no such image. Okay, sorry about that. So that means I need to 2.8.0. Okay. So now what we need to do is to follow the next step. Where is it? So then we push you push to the registry, push docker push. Okay. So local. So so why this is something just came to my mind right now. So what I want to do is create what I want to just Google create a multi-node kind cluster with registry. So let me see if there's something like that. Okay, so let me see. What I want to do is to create multi-nodes, two nodes, three nodes, or whatever. Please bear in mind, I need to show you something. Please bear in mind that running bear in mind that running key consumes a lot of memory, because it's really important that I say this, because my system is 32 gig RAM. So right now, running the key is consuming about let's say how many percent? I think 3% or 4%. I don't even know. Maybe it should be like 10. At least it consumes most of the RAM. As you're seeing, it's about 10 gig of RAM. So that is my total memory usage of my system is 64. So that is over 50%. That should be like 18 gig of RAM being used right now. So if you don't have one of the things that actually stopped me from using KinD in my previous trial, like about tried when I had the system of 8 gig, was that the RAM consumption was huge. So that discouraged me from using it. So, but now that I have a system that has sufficient RAM space, I think it's okay for me. It's not dragging my system. So I need to say this so that you don't go along and do this and you discover that your RAM it's eating up your RAM. So please note this. If you are using KinD, make sure you have good enough. Well, maybe there's a possibility of you setting it. I think so. I think so. Based on, I'm coming. Let's go to the quick start. I saw something. Okay. Probably based on this recommendation here, you can set the amount of RAM, disk space, memory it can use. To me, I've not said that. There's no any restriction. So We probably can do that, but the minimum recommended RAM is 8 gig. So let's move on. So right now I want to confirm, I want to check something. Okay, so I want to get the cluster. And moreover, I installed key with chocolate. I feel like okay, I think I need to say this before. I've actually had the key running or kind running on my system before. But for this demo, I actually wanted to uninstall it and install another version of it. But I couldn't do that because I installed it with, let me show you. I think I installed it with one of these scripts back then. So there's no way I could uninstall it. So I used chocolate to install it. So that means after I'm done with this, I can decide to uninstall Kid with it. I think it makes it easier to install kind and uninstall it and upgrade it. Why I say so, if you go to chocolate, if you go to chocolate website, please, I'm repeating it. I'm sorry about the coughing. I'm not sure. I'm just down with cold. So if you go to chocolate website for that, you see that you have the option of upgrading and uninstalling. So I prefer this option if you are working on a Windows system. Then I think the option to install, uninstall, and upgrade is really important. So that's why I'm going for the chocolate method of installing kind. It's a win-win with it. So now what I want to do is to, after I've said that, I want to get the clusters. So I have a cluster running. I also want to get the number of nodes. Get okay. Let's do this way. I think with group control, you can actually get the number of get node. So we have one node running right now. So you have one node running right now. What I want is I've said it repeatedly that Apache Pulsar is actually made of three components. We have the broker. The broker is what Apache Pulsar is all about. The broker serves as a client to Apache Bookkeeper. So we have the broker, we have the bookkeeper, and we have the zookeeper. Now the problem with standalone is that we are running all this together. We are running both the broker, we are running the bookkeeper, we are running the zookeeper all at once in the same. So, but with the cluster we are about to set up, we can actually run each individually. So I'm going to set up. What I can do is, I don't know how challenging it will be. What I can do is I can do this. I can run one instance of Kubernetes and of one instance of Zookeeper, and I can run like three instances of Bookkeeper, and I run another maybe two instances of Zookeeper. But there's something that I came across about a few months back. I think it has to do with quorum. I think there was an issue where someone was complaining about messages not being consumed or messages being deleted on Slack channel. And CJ actually mentioned that the number of quorum that is for the for the broker and the bookkeeper have to be the same. So if you're having like three broker or three instances of these solutions deployed, then you need to also have the equivalent number of quorum that matches the number of instances you are running. So I think that what you are going. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to delete this um, cluster Then I will start it up again with a cluster about 5 nodes. 5 nodes, yes. I'll start the level of about 5 nodes so that we can run probably. Okay, if I say okay, let's do six. If I say six, okay, let's do seven. But I don't know how it will consume, but let's just try. Let me zoom out from there. So let's move on. Please, my network is a bit unstable. Please bear with me. I think right now I'm seeing about that is a lot. I'm seeing about I think it's almost the same thing. Okay. Oh, so I'm seeing about 30 seconds delay. I'm seeing about 30 seconds delay. Seeing about 30 seconds delay. So now I'm going to go ahead to key. Sorry, key delete clusters kind. I don't know why I'm saying key. Okay, so now I've deleted that. Let's go and run get clusters and see if you. Wow, I'm still having. Okay, probably I'm spelling it. Let me. Okay, let me. Probably the. Let me see. Get clusters. Okay, so no clusters found. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create multiple nodes. Let's follow. Now document. Okay. Endpoint registry name. Connect the registry to the cluster network. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up. And I'm going to what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to edit. Okay, let's do this way. So, container. So let's move down to. Okay, so what I need is nodes. Let's hope this works the way I imagine it to be. Okay. So let's make. I want to make this. Let's have about. So we have about 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's call it one communities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's make it 5. Let's make it 5 because I think I want to run 2 instances of it. Cluster multi nodes. So let's see how it goes. Wish me well. Okay. Please, my network is unstable. Please bear with me. Preparing notes, writing configuration. Starting control plane. Just wish for a better network, please. So let's see if our to get notes. Okay, so you can see that we are having about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 5 nodes right now working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my memory consumption to see if it has not gone up. It has gone up considerably. Power usage. OBS is using a lot of power right now. GPU. So now our cluster is ready. So what we need to do now is to pull down the M chart from Stream Native repo on GitHub, and let's see how that goes from there. But before then, let me check my so let's continue. So I'm going to go to Stream Native. I'm going to look at the instructions there. First of all, let me pull it down. Okay. Community. So, I need to extract here, extract here. So there's okay. So first of all, there's some setup we need to do. Okay, so I need to change my directory to this part. I need to clean this up. CD. Okay. Okay, let me change directory to, I think this is where I need to change directory to. CD. So what I'm going to run is mrelease. So 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 next space. Let's call it let's call it sharp. Let's call it okay, let's call it which next we should we use now? Let's call it pulsar. Let's call it sharp pulsar. Okay. So guys, are you ready? Let's hope for the best. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So what we do now is get this. So okay, we've created our next page. Okay. So we need to, but before then, let's add this to our repo. So let's see. Okay, so dun, dun, dun. Ready for reproduction. Why? Public dependency. That should be stream native. Do not find it. This thing, the system cannot find it. Okay. Let me go to update. Okay. Probably there's something you're missing. So what I usually do is I'm coming. Let me. Okay. So what I usually do is let me go to my own repo of. So let me go to my own repo of. Let me go to charts. Okay. I think let me pull this down. There's something I actually did because that low key is more like a dependency. So I need to set that up. If not, there's going to be a complaint from M about missing dependency. So are we done? Okay. I need to switch my scene. Dun, 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 dun. Cut. So I'll come for KinD and I need to paste this. Yeah? I need to extract to so let me change. So please bear with me. Code seems to be something that I'm going through right now. Stress and the rest of it. I'm getting better. I'll repeat it. This code due to stress, not code due to COVID. I need to say that before I scare some people away. So let's go. So I need to. There's something I need to do. Okay, requirement. I think. Let me see. I think it should be also. It should exist. Let me see. So a lot of things you can actually do function mesh, local storage, but just focused on. So now this is the essence of of our setting up our local registry. This is the essence of it because instead of pulling from the okay, let's see. Let me see. I want to check. Okay. Let us do that. Let's just go ahead. So before we move on, I need to visit this. So where is our okay, I did something. Okay, so this is now what I'm going to do now. What I'm going to do now is we are going to replace the image, um, the location of the images that we are going to use in our M. We are going to replace it with our own. So what I'll do is so this representative so I'm not going to in this demo, I'm not going to show you guys about Presto. All I want is just a simple Pulsar instance so that we can test our transaction to actually know if there's actually if there's an issue with the standalone or not. So I'm going to do a simple Pulsar cluster installation. So I'm not going to talk about Presto. Probably when we get to that, when we start looking at Presto in Sharp Pulsar, we look at that. So there are things that I will not enable. So and that reminds me, yeah. So I also need to Prometheus. I need to install Prometheus and Grafana. That is okay. What I'm going to do is we need Grafana and Prometheus. Docker Hub. We need Prometheus and Prometheus. So I don't know which one do we install. Prom, okay, Prom. We need that. Let me see the Prometheus image that people are using because it depends on. Let me find Prometheus. What version? Okay, this is 2.17. What we do is we pull the exact version, so we won't change that. So let's look at that. Let's go to tags. Two 2.17. Oh, well, let's give this a try. Let's pull it. It's not that much, so we are going to pull it into Docker, then also push it to our local registry, so that we don't need to be pulling this from the internet all the time. So what I'm going to do, we pull it. I need to create a new command. So we pull this. Once we pull it, we tag it, we push it to our local registry. You get the point. So then we're also going to look at Grafana. Grafana, Rancher. Let me look at the image Grafana. Oh, let me. So, so I don't know which one is I don't know which one is the official. Okay, verified content. Okay, Rancher Grafana. There seems to be nothing here. Which one? I need to check the official. Official document. Okay, Grafana. So that is the official document. So it's Grafana. So run Grafana, okay. So it's Grafana. Okay, so we are through with this one. I'm going to open another. I'm going to pull this. So now, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to tag. You see this? We're just going to follow this example here. I'm going to tag the image. I like doing this with. Let me do this with Notepad. Why I love it is I can close Notepad and reopen it, and the thing will be there without saving. So that's what I like Notepad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag it as let me see the image. Let me refresh. Okay, Prometheus. So in our own case, it's going to be Prometheus. This. Once you've done that, let's go back. Then we need to push it. So let's go. Okay, sorry, I need to close this so that there won't be any confusion. So I need to close that. I need to push. So So that is that for that. We are going to do the same thing for Grafana. We look up the image for Grafana. Latest. Why did you pull latest? You should have pulled latest. Let me go to the Grafana. Let me see. Why I don't like latest is that if you have changes, I need to pull a specific version of it. Let me go to Grafana. If I have supposed to have got to tag. Grafana. This is about which the day ago. So I need this. This is what I actually want. So I'm going to come here and pull it again. I need specific version, not a generalized version of it. Two, three. Pulling image. Okay. What it's saying is so I'm going to delete this. I don't need this. So I need this Grafana. We are going to actually test if our local registry is actually working. Well, it should work since we are able to push to it. So it definitely should work. So now that we've done that, what we are going to do is so I'm going to come here. I'm going to change I'm going to go back here. Initialize local storage persistence. If persistence is enabled, company have state will be deployed with otherwise for test purposes they will be deployed with. So I don't need persistence right now because I'm testing. So I'm going to set it to false. Then affinity flag to enable this flag to enable the flag to enable and disable anti-affinity for all components. This is a global setting that is applied to all components. If you need to disable anti-affinity. So now I think I was reading somewhere where they mentioned issue with affinity, like if you are running on Minikube, where you need to disable it. But in my own case, I don't think I need to disable it because I'm running about 5 node cluster, so they all be able to run on their own. So I'm going to. I don't want to overload. I don't need function right now. I don't need function right now. I don't need that right now. I don't need that. I don't need that. So the component I need is zookeeper, bookkeeper, broker, auto recovery. Oh, let me see. Let's run it and see what that gives us. I don't need function. Probably I need the proxy. But let's see out. Okay, let's disable proxy, please. Should we disable proxy? Because if you disable proxy, okay, let's not disable proxy. Set monitoring. Prometheus. Loki, Data Dog. No, Loki. No, let's not go into that. So let's just disable. Since we're just testing alert manager, let me disable that. I don't need that. No respond. I don't need that. Let me just focus on. Okay, let's give that a try. So images. Now this is where we are going to actually implement our. So images, we have local hosts for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find all the reference for this, and I'm going to replace it with this. I'll replace with this. Replace all. Let's keep going. If it's possible for us to avoid that, proxy settings on getting start of proxy. So we don't need TLS right now. We don't need authentication right now. External DNS. We do not need to right now. Ingress. No, first. So you don't need it. Why I'm saying so is I'm not. All I need to do is just to run a simple instance of controller. No need that. Image puller. Common. So now replica. Since we have 5 nodes running, and for Zookeeper, you just say one. So we can actually this. There's something beautiful about. Let me show you guys. We can actually what they call there's what they call node selector. The beautiful thing about node selector is on a normal day, like the one way to actually deploy your container across multiple instances probably it might be running like about a separate community instance somewhere. Then you need to deploy maybe Zookeeper to that instance. But with no selector, all you need to do is I've forgotten the term they call it. All you need to do is to tag. Okay, all you need to do is to label. You do that label. Okay, to label your node. For instance, you can call it. I've tried it once. I tried it with Azure. It worked perfectly. Where I added, I had about 5 nodes. I had a Kubernetes cluster with 5 nodes. So what I did was label each instance or each node so that I could actually use no selector. So I know that okay, for Zookeeper, you're going to be deployed into this node with about maybe 2 gig of RAM. You select the kind of environment you want it to run. Okay, say Zookeeper, you run with node with 2 gig of RAM or so. Then for broker as well, you set the node that you want it to run in. So it's not. I think there's another term for maybe node affinity and all those things. It's more like a way for you to dedicate a particular node for a particular component. I think that's just the layman. So let's move on. So you are going to run communities. Sorry, you are going to run. I'm going to run. We are going to run the Zookeeper component in one. We are having 5 nodes communities cluster. So I'm going to run the Zookeeper in one of those nodes. That's what the replica count is for. This anti-affinity, I think it has to do with the proximity to. I, don't- I, well, it's a lot of terminology one has to look at. So scruple, tolerance, resources. So now it doesn't have much memory, because it's not really that persistence. You don't need persistence right now. You've already set global persistence to false, so this won't apply. Let me show you. So you said this is a global persistence, so it's set to false. So no other persistence that we might apply that we might create will work. So that's why I said we don't need that. Okay, so it's false. I actually did this on Azure Kubernetes. I actually have. I think if you check my repo, for those that might be wondering, how do I deploy Pulsar in in Microsoft Azure? Back then, when I had about I went for an hackathon and I was awarded about 1,005 dollars. 1,000 okay, let me just put it this way: 1,500 worth of um, Azure credits. So I could actually deploy and test as I like. So then I created this. I forked the Stream Native chat. Then I added my own line to it. I added the external DNS for Azure. I added the storage provider for Azure as well. So so if you really want to, if you want to learn how to deploy Apache Pulsar using mchat on Azure, though it's about it, the repo is a bit outdated. So, but just chat me up and let me know. I can actually go and fix it up. So this is let me show you. This is the repo on. So if you look, this is my username and this is my repo. So if you want to, if you're interested, you can go and look it up. So let's move away from that. So let's continue. Okay. So, so there's something else we need to do. Now, since you are planning on running, so let's go. Let's look at. So let's look at. So let's. So we're looking for a way to apply this environment configuration. So what we do is, I think bash apply. I need to know. I think okay, I'm not applying this. I think okay, this has to do with the broker itself. So let me see. I need to make reference to that. So that okay, we are not actually doing anything here. This is for Zookeeper. This is for Zookeeper. So what we do is let's minimize that. So for Bookkeeper as well, what we are going to do is I'm going to run just 2 instances of it. Since we have 5 nodes for the Bookkeeper, I'm going to run 2 instances of it, different nodes. volumes. So the volumes will be created since we disable persistence. So I don't think there's much we need to do here. So I think where we need to work is where we need to do a lot of work is here. So I'm going to run two two instances of broker. So now this is where we need to. I want to see something. There's no. Okay, so now I was talking about quorum. Someone was mentioning. So I think on Slack channel, someone was mentioning about an issue with acknowledging some messages where they were saying maybe some messages was missing or something. I think CJ, who is the CEO and founder of co-founder of Native, actually said something that the ensemble size, the default right quorum and the arc quorum has to be the same with the number of components running, number of instances. Like if you are running like two instances of broker, then it has to be two. If you are running like three instances of it, so here now, in order to fix the issue, let's just make it two two. So since we are running two instances of it, so we need to add a little bit of configuration here. Let's go to let max frame size by oh, let me see. Okay. So another one way to add more configuration to this is just Pulsar prefix. So let's go to so um, we need to delete space so there won't be any error. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see. So now we've done that. Mount Apache, then apply this from Pulsar standalone. Then, so I think we also need to run this command. But I want to see if let me go to let me see this. So okay, Pulsar full name, Pulsar cluster. So this is the cluster, Pulsar cluster. Also, um, these hosts. Okay, let's look at it this way. Let's see if there's another 15 here. So let's look for. So let's look for finding file. Okay, let me go back a bit. I need to find all. Okay, so zookeeper. Okay, okay. So it's still the same thing. So I think we're set to row. So I think there's one more thing we need to be able to get. Now I need to what's install so let's continue. Two, 4, four. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm actually trying to look for. I remember that. Okay, let me see. I think I wrote something in my repo about it. Yeah, I think I mentioned. Oh, let me see. Chat. Mm, okay, I think I was mentioning. Okay, I think this is not it. I was mentioning. Let me go to my. Okay, let me go to. I know I was mentioning that. Let me see. Repositories. Okay, so let's. Okay, I think this. Oh no, no, this is not what I'm looking for. I don't remember the name of the project again. That's why. Okay, this is it. Okay, I think. Okay, this is when I was actually working on an Azure. This is when I was working in Azure. Okay, so this is when I was working on Azure. How I deployed on Microsoft Azure. So that is that for that. So let me move on. So there's I know that there is a particular way to install. Normally you install from the normally you install from the M repo, but I'm not going to do that because we actually changed some things. So that means we need to install our community, our Pulsar from a file directory. So let me install from directory. I think that is directory. I don't know. Now, before, it was always easy to find this information. Unable to deploy this, blah blah blah. Let's see. Let's see if you can get dry run. I think, jeez. Okay, I think, okay. Um, I think it has to do with, okay, M install. Okay, I think it has to do with, I remember. What I need to do now is change my directory to this. Okay, let me change directory to this. Let me see. Even with that, I still need to. Even with that, so I'll say install Pulsar. Then I think F for directory. So I need to copy the complete directory. I think so. If I remember very well. Okay, so okay, let's move on from there. So now we are going to the point where you can spend a whole day debugging or where to work out of the box. So now what we are going to do is yeah, that reminds me. I also need to install it too. Lens, and man, I love Lens. Let me go to let me download Lens. I also need to install it too. Lens, it helps me to think Lens. Hope this okay. This is it. Lens. It helps me to visualize my creating systems. So it's only the source that is there. Got me started. Download Lens for macOS. Download Lens installer for Windows. The mic was on mute and I never knew. That is interesting. So the question I need to ask myself: do I need Loki? Lucky. There's actually a series, a movie that about that Lucky or Loki, I don't know, whatever it is they call it. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I actually need Lucky. Let me see if I actually need Lucky. Let me see. Okay. So super set. Let me see. Super set was so I can for now delete this. Let me delete this. I don't need it. So let's run our code again. What the hell is this? Let me see. Report disruption. Option is unavailable in okay. Policy version cannot be handled as a what is it saying? Okay, and let it true person. Let me see what it's saying. Okay, let me see. Okay, enable first. No, see. Broker. Okay. So probably it's want us to go this route. So this- so let's run our. We need to clear this. Let's go for the burst. It's deployed. Let's see. Revision last deployed. Progress is deprecated. So what I'm going to do is what I used to do or what I usually do is I use lens to actually look at anytime I deploy things like that. hmm, I use lens to help me to actually visualize my image run. If there's any error, I'll be able to know. Code observation. That's interesting. JavaScript error occurred in the process. What the? Okay, no longer it's still launching. Allow access. Sorry. Okay, so let's okay, so this is I forgot how to use this again. So you have clusters, you have kind cluster. Okay, okay. So you have a note running. You have a staple set. Let's see pods. Okay, so we're actually having a problem. Image pool. So as I said, this is going to spend a lot of time trying to diagnose this problem. Where to pull image. Where to record. How is that possible? Okay, what you can do is so what we can do is so I think which one is this? Let us but so what we can do is I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to uninstall this. Uninstall. So now the problem I'm having now is so what we are going to do is we are going to go to we are going to kind delete delete clusters then kind so unknown flag. Okay, oh let me see. Okay, let's just delete clusters. Let's see. Which cluster name provided? I provided this. It said it's unknown. Okay, let's go to delete cluster. So delete. So what I'm going to do now is now I'm going to go back to Okay, multi-nodes. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to add it here. So probably we are not. So I'm going to run this again. So I'm going to call it quick cluster. I need to give it a name. So let's go back to. I need to give it a name. So let me go back to. You don't need all this. 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 You don't need this. Okay, let's leave this alone. Restore lens. You see how lens was able to help me visualize the state of my pod and the state of my container. So I was able to see that image wasn't pulling. Okay, so let's go back. When is this? I'm looking for something. What am I even looking for? What am I looking for? Okay, go to cluster with this name. Okay, let's just leave it. Let's leave it as okay. Quick cluster name kind. Okay, okay. I'll call it. This is what I'm gonna do. Wow. So this is what I'm gonna do. Create a cluster. I'm going to call it name. Be kind to me. So now what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to the file. I'm going to run as. I'm going to run as admin. Okay. So let me do this way. Let me open another one as admin. So what I'm going to do is then I'll go to CD. So I'm going to say okay, cluster dot shell. Let's go. That's happening. What happened there? Okay, maybe let me do this way. Maybe I should probably. Okay, let me just leave it with the default. So let's go. So before then, let me run a simple demo to actually make sure that I don't need all this. Okay, let's just do this way. Let me change the image. How come we have image here? That's interesting. So let me. Okay, there's something else I think I. Okay, maybe true. How come? But so why don't I have? Okay, let's go to. I just need a simple test to. Let me go to Apache. Okay, let me see. Okay, so you have our. So that is that for that. So let's move on from there. So I want to know. There's something that I'm missing. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So this is what I'm looking for. I needed to check, verify something. I don't need to mount all this. So all we have is sorry about that, folks. So what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Standalone, Pulsar. So let's go to okay. Then I'm looking for local host. I want to actually run this to make sure that the look how this is actually working. So let me. Okay, so I can confirm that I'm able to pull from the local registry. So I just need to confirm that. So I've confirmed that. So I don't need this anymore. I just need to delete also. Oh, sorry. I need to delete this. So now I'm going to go back and rerun. I don't need this anymore. Let me also make my. Oh God, I hope I'm not close. Oh, so that means we need to install Pulsar. Okay, let's call it Theory dot this. Oh, sorry, I need to change the directory as well. So what to call it? Install or let's call it Mystica. That values that. So we have it up and running. So let's go to lens to. Let's hope for the best, folks. Oh no. I don't need that. That is like we are pulling the images correctly. At times this could take a while. Let's just pray for the best. Okay, so let me see. I'm just having error. Okay, deploy Apache running. Zookeeper. Okay. Grafana is running. That is good news. Let's see which other one is will be running. Grandfather is running, so that means I was able to. It could take a long time. Please let me check my so that doesn't blow up my. Whoa, 98% my RAM. How come? My RAM is my RAM is under attack. Okay, probably I hope it will drop. My RAM is under attack, folks. This is 90. That's a lot of heat. So maybe I need to reduce the. Maybe I need to reduce the. Zookeeper is running. Zookeeper is running. Okay, we are getting error. Why? My system, it feels as if it is raining over here because it's under pressure. So what I'm going to do now, it's obvious that this is going to eat up my RAM. I don't know. I'm getting an error here, but it's not specific. What I'm going to do now is, I think I'm going to reduce. I'm going to reduce. I'm going to. I'm going to delete kind or kind. Delete delete cluster kind. Unknown, like seriously, unknown command. That is to show you. Okay, I think the thing I need to do first is I think I need to uninstall. So so my system, the kind of pressure my system is under now, it feels like as if it's raining here. The GPU, the processor is on fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. Okay, let me. Okay, so we are going to go and recreate the cluster, but this time around only with so so that is two. So what we are going to do now is go to our values, look for I'll look for replica. Okay, let me go to I need one of each. So I need one of this. So let me go to I need to enable I don't need this please. The load is too much for my system. So I'm going to run this again. So I think let's go. I think it's really important we set Okay, let me go to. Okay, I think we should not create the journal. So this is what we are getting. Option aggression was duplicated in version and will likely be removed in future. Sponsor auto recovery demo everything. Okay. Um, so what what do I do? It's, it appears like
Sometimes there's no one else who
unrecognized.
loves me like
Okay,
you used
okay.
to.
Probably that is where the error is. So let's
Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
an interesting topic. So I think this error has to do with the fact that I'm running Java 11. You should read it accordingly. Okay? So definitely there are, okay, so okay. In this GC logs option are now handled by slog. So there is a conversion table below. What we are going to do is let's look at that. So let's look at if you have this set anywhere. Okay. Ah. Let me look at the conversion. Legacy. So let's see what it says. Let's paste our code here. Show me this thing now. Not applicable. Okay. Let me see. Enable printing of time stop at every DC that is disabled. See, print. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's configuration debug. Okay, this is not needed, so I'm going to delete. So I'm running Java 11.2 or so, 11.0.2. So I think this chart created with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a note of it, then I'm going to post it on Slack channel so that the guys at Primitive will look at it. So let's go. What we don't need. We don't need this. So the next one is everything has to do with print. Okay. Print GC details. That's log, okay. Hmm. Let's look at the error that we're having. Print GT, okay. We remove that. It's not more supported at all. Let me see. Okay, there's the new. So let's. So I think these are the fundamentals. Okay. So let's see the other instances of nothing like print. Okay. So what we are going to do now, since we've already updated our, what I'm going to do is go ahead. Sorry, I think I don't want to screw this place up. Uninstall this. So I want to uninstall. So let's see. I need to check something. So let's look at this way. Okay, now that we've uninstalled that, we are going to go back and install. Okay, let's go for the bust. There's further recovery. Zookeeper started instantly. Grafana instantly. This Prometheus. Okay, let's see. Let's check out the error once again. At least you're not getting. Let's check the error out once again. What error are we getting? I recognize. Oh. What we are going to do is we are going to just delete. Look, we are going to just delete. We are going to delete this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just delete it. So I'm going to uninstall this. I'm going to uninstall it. I'll go to so what I'm going to do is, so where is it again? Let me look for it. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete it. I can't allow this to bog me down. But we are able to fix it. So I'll delete it all the way. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's this is it's my mistake. My mistake. It's my mistake. Okay. It was my mistake. It was my mistake. I didn't get it right. Let's log. Let's log. So it was my mistake. So let's go again. Clean up. Then run again. So that's why it's one beautiful thing to have lens. It helps you to another error. So let's go again. Let's see what error is it. Let's go again. Let's see what error we're having this time around. Okay. Q1 log is because I will use instead booking log. Okay. So I need to addition log. Okay, let me look at the table again. So he's not there. So I guess I need to remove it. Then there's something I saw. We use booking. This log is duplicated. Okay, so we don't need this. Since we already have this, can you imagine? So okay, so we are good to go again. So this time around, you uninstall our M. So I will uninstall the M back. So let's go again. Let's see. Oh, I didn't allow it to terminate. Yeah, it's working. It eventually worked. So let's see. So completed. So let's hope for the best. Now I think where we are going to have an issue is the network connection. Prometheus is okay. Grafana is okay. Who are you waiting for? Okay. So I'm going to delete this and probably because we didn't wait for. Let's wait for this to uninstall totally. Mhm. So let's go ahead and you should be able to delete this now. Oh, it's on to the let's remove this. Overview. Do my sets. Let's remove this now. I don't understand why this. I don't know why we have this. Oh, let's see. I thought we created. I thought we created earlier. I thought we created a namespace earlier. Let's go back again. Let's run. I thought we created a namespace earlier, but let's go. Oh, let me see. Yeah, we okay. I thought we created namespace. So before I go do that, let me script. Let me go to release. Let me go to see. So let me. So let me go for CD. Okay, I need to go to E first. So after that, I need to let me see. So I need to also just let me see run this. Okay, it's not recognized internal. Okay, I think so. Let's go back to our. You should be able to see Pulsar. Okay, Pulsar is there now. So what we do? Okay, we deleted the cluster. What I'm gonna do now is I think there's install M to a namespace. I think there's a flag for namespace flag. Let's okay flag. Okay, namespace. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Clean this. Clean this namespace. Pulsar. Okay, okay. So please, this has to work. Completed. Yes, Bookie is running. His main broker. Let me see. Bookie is running. So when the broker, let's see the status here. Okay, everything is very well. So it's meant the broker. Once the broker is up and running, we will begin our program. We begin to write our code. So let's just pray for. Let's go for the bus. Waiting. So the bookkeeper is running. It's waiting for. Courts. How will not be found? How will not be found? Why is it on this? That's another issue again. So what I can do is let's do it this way. Uh, let's see what's happening. Pending, running. What's it pending for? I have just okay, each one is pending. Okay, I have proxy pending. Proxy can start except if so what is happening? So what I can do is probably okay, let's do it this way. I'm gonna uninstall this back. I want to clean this up. I want to do it this way. Uninstall. Okay, so probably let's go back to the values. Let's go back to the maker. So maybe this is actually creating an issue for us. So what I'll do is I'll delete this. I won't delete it actually. So I'll delete that. So I'll delete that and I'll save it. Then of course I will paste it where we can use it later. So okay, this will be another issue. So let me just verify that. Okay, I'm not saving this. Let me verify if that works without any. Let me see if any leftovers. Why does David said? Why do you remain? Okay, let's run it again. You end up creating duplicates. Why do you remain there? Running. So let's hold on. So book is running. So let me. Probably this will take a while, but it shouldn't take this long. So let me get this out. Pod initializing for how many years? Not found. How come? How is it? How is that possible? How is that possible? Yeah. Required zookeeper cluster name is null. Okay. So we're having an issue. We are stuck on, and I can't see. Let me see. How is it created? Label rotation. Why can't I see the pod? Why can't I see the pod? The why? I'm trying to run describe pod. Okay, let's go. Not found. Still not found. Okay, let's go this way. Get pod. Oh, okay, okay. I got sorry. Okay. Waiting. It's waiting. What I can do is probably, let me see. So, so let's go back to, okay. What I can do, let me try deleting it to see if it will be recreated. It should be recreated. Okay, maybe what I'll do is let me delete the. So why is it? So what I can do is let me call upgrades. Is it update or upgrade? I think that it's one of those. Upgrade. So we should be able to run our. Why is this port being initialized? What's happening? So so this is where I'm going to end today's streaming. Tomorrow we'll continue and okay, before we go, let me see if I can actually fix the issue. Pod initializing. Let's see if we can fix that issue before I go. Let's see. What I'm going to do, probably, okay, let's do this way. I'm going to uninstall. I'm going to uninstall this right now. So okay, let's see. I can always update it. So let me update it. So let me see. Probably I should remove this S log. It's not helping. Probably it's not helping. Save point. Okay. So let me go ahead to upgrade it. So let's upgrade it and see what that gives us. Okay, I think that doesn't solve the problem. So let's uninstall totally. So let's uninstall. So let's I've deleted this now. I deleted this earlier. This is not supposed to be there. It's no more there. Which one is running? So I'm going to delete so I'm going to delete storages.